Hello, everyone, and welcome to our universe.
The CayVin Universe.
Oh, yes. We are your host. I'm Vinny.
And I'm Caylin.
As always, you can follow us at the CayVin Universe on social media and YouTube.
And you can email us your questions, comments, and suggestions at thecayvinuniverse@gmail.com.
Oh, yes. So we just got done watching Payback. What'd you think overall?
I think it was okay. I enjoyed SummerSlam better last
week.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're just a
I
week
found
away from
myself
our
walking
pay-per-view.
around a little bit when this one was on.
It's kind of like speed it up.
I know.
Let's speed it up.
But I paid attention to the endings and stuff, so the most
Yeah.
important part.
It had its ups and downs, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some slow parts, some speeded up parts, and some parts that made me sit down. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go and get right into it. So of course it started out with the United States title match, Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews for, like I said, for the United States title.
I kind of saw this one coming.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Sadly.
It was kind of a, what do you call it? Like they gave it away easily.
Yeah.
It was easy to tell.
It's hard because Apollo's good, but so is Lashley. And then I honestly, like I said, Apollo deserves a screen time, and which he will. He'll have his, he said he's not done. Well, as we knew with the fact that he attacked Bobby Lashley after the match.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of shows something. Finally give him some character.
Yeah.
Instead of just having him smiling all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but right now, yeah, I would say the Hurt Business is best for business.
Yeah.
So Lashley gets the title.
Yeah.
What'd you think overall? Anything else?
No, nothing about that one. It was the first match for a reason, I feel.
Yeah, they're not. I don't understand. Should be higher in the card, but
Yeah.
but then sometimes nowadays, especially, they say like the first match, is just as good as the last because you're gonna have the most eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they tend to lose people towards the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
See
One of these matches definitely they did. So Big E versus Shamus.
I can't remember who won this one.
Big E.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Shamus. Basically, the story was Shamus was attacking Big E's leg the whole time. Of course, Big E had a meniscus surgery like a year or two ago.
Oh yeah, his knee. He was like stomping on it.
So, I mean, I agree with what Big E said about like his character, that he doesn't need to act all basically he doesn't need to act all tough in a certain way. He can just act the way he wants to act, and when it comes time to wrestle, he's gonna do what he got to do. But I just feel like he does need, now that he's on his own, and I feel like,
it's kind of weird. I even thought too, like, is it normal that he's coming out to the New Day song?
Yeah, I mean, Kofi did too, but the fact that he's chanting like, clap for your, world famous whatever time tag team champs, and it's like, well, it's just you, dude.
I know.
You know what I mean? They should just change, maybe just something, maybe just a theme song, just change something a little bit. Now that he's on his own. But
that's
then again,
what I thought. They could at least change a song, but
yeah, but then again, Kofi didn't change when he basically won the WWE title on his own. So, I mean, maybe there's something to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe something just a little bit different, like to just show that you're like you're you. But I don't know. I'm not a writer there, so it was a good matchup. But
yeah, I thought it was good too.
Yeah, it was good. Good power match. But Sheamus, everyone's kind of split on him. Say what you will. Some people love him. Some people hate him. I mean, I like him for the person that he is, like outside the ring, like his YouTube channel and stuff. But inside the ring, like his character, I just feel like I can never get behind it. But honestly, they kept me entertained this match. So
nice.
Good hurdle for Big E, single push.
Yeah.
So then next we had King Corbin versus Matt Riddle. First of all,
it's always the one that talks shit. That's what I said when we watched this one.
Oh yeah, immediately every time now that I see Baron Corbin, I think about whenever he talk shit to, or whenever Tom Segura was talking shit about wrestling fans and wrestlers and stuff, and then Baron Corbin tweeted him some shit like, you can't hang in the room with me, blah blah blah, typical, backfire. But then Tom Segura tweeted back like, "Oh no, not the king."
Wow,
like all sarcastic,
just basically making fun of him.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
What was your first? Because you hadn't really seen Matt Riddle up until this point.
I didn't really know who either one of these people were, honestly, because we didn't see them last week, right?
No.
At SummerSlam?
No.
Yeah,
okay, so you tell me, what was your first impression of King Corbin?
God, conceited much?
What about the people that carried him to the ring in his big king throne chair?
Yeah, that's so dumb. Those are like what?
Okay, what about Matt Riddle and his chanclas?
Yeah, why didn't he have some boots on or something? Isn't he afraid they're gonna step on his? Somebody's gonna step on his toe.
He's chill.
I'm sure it's happened before.
He's a bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So of course Matt Riddle picked up the win, and everyone was acting like this was such a huge victory for his career, and it's like this was kind of just like a filler match, even though I used to be really into Matt Riddle when he first started, but now just kind of, oh cool, there's Matt Riddle, which is nothing wrong with that too.
Yeah.
Like if he's on my TV, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, makes sense.
And then of course when Matt Riddle won, he went backstage, and then Baron Corbin did the fruit ninja attack. As you said.
On the fruit table. You're like, not the fruit.
Not the fruit. Oh, nice. And then after that, that's when things started getting a little interesting. So we had the women's tag team titles match. So the tag team champion Sasha and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, odd pairing up. But when you first told me about this, I was like, yeah, they're not gonna. How did it go?
Well, first, because I wasn't familiar with who Shayna was yet. Mm-hmm. And so I already knew, Nia Jax, but, I hadn't really heard, about her recently. So I was like, okay, this is probably just going to be one of those matches where, Sasha and Bayley just keep their titles again. Yeah. Woohoo. And everybody cheers, and they're, obsessed with each other still. And then, and then I'm so, so glad because at the end, now Nia Jax and Shayna are the new tag team champions, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, a little bit of a shock, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
I was like, wait, what? But I did tell you when you first told me that she was seen up with Shayna that I was like, well, Shayna is a badass, and I explained to you what she did in that elimination chamber match, and I was like, yeah, so Shayna is a badass, but. Dang, I didn't expect her to dominate like that.
Literally, she was intertwined, with
she intertwined both of them, to the point where she had Bayley in a submission from the front, some Sasha in the submission from the back, and then to the point to where she was using Sasha's arm to choke Bayley.
Choke her,
yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, she's such a badass. That's awesome. And now the start to the decline. They even said it. Sasha is now Sasha no belts.
No belt
Banks. Or no belt Banks. There we go. I was like, when I said I was like, that it makes sense.
Yeah.
And one belt Bayley.
Yeah.
Put that on his shirt. Here
right?
Here comes the start of the decline of the friendship, and hopefully will lead to maybe a few pay-per-views, a SummerSlam, and a badass WrestleMania match between these two.
Yeah.
Which honestly, the story of them being enemies is honestly better than the story of them being friends. So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
And one thing I like too was how is it Nia or Nia?
I think it's Nia. I don't know. Nia.
How Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, how they were kind of enemies. Remember during let's cut the pre-match talk. Remember?
Oh yeah.
They were all pushing each other and shit.
You
and
mean
then
Baszler,
they win.
though, right?
And yeah. And then they win. They're hugging and shit.
I know, right? They're like, "Woo, let's celebrate! Get that bonus money."
Oh, I know, right?
After this, we had the Keith Lee versus Randy Orton.
This was a kind of a fast match. You stepped outside for a second, and I come out, and I'm like, Keith Lee already won.
I was like, already?
Yeah.
So first of all, a few notes I have on this. Keith Lee's new music sucks. They should have kept his old music, but apparently there's something with they got new music people, and they want everyone to change new theme songs because they don't want the old music people to have their even though the old music people CFO, they made a lot of badass theme songs. That's why they changed a lot of wrestlers like Keith Lee, Seth Rollins. On the other hand, I like Seth Rollins' theme song kind of better than his old one, but that's the next match we'll get to. But anyway. I did like his little Broly cosplay shout out that he did.
Costume.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a Dragon Ball fan. His finishing move is called the Spirit Bomb, which that's Goku's one of his last resort, most powerful moves.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but like you said, it was a quick match, and like I said, I felt bad for Orton. I feel like he was just a filler. He was kind of like a SummerSlam filler. He got a SummerSlam bonus check and. That's it. It's hard to say because he's always been kind of the guy, but he's never really been the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's always like that step behind the guy. Uh-huh. If anything, I would say he's like the top guy as far as like a villain or something like that. But anyway,
he's the Viper.
You know, his real life persona, like he kind of just phones it in a lot. Meaning he just kind of, you know, just doesn't care with all that stuff, and he just goes with the flow. I mean, he likes what he does, I'm sure, or he wouldn't do it. But he kind of just goes with the flow, and he's not really too worried about like, oh, I want to be champion and whatever. So because of that, a lot of times you just get thrown into things like this, which is a badass match. I liked it, but like we said, quick match, and then that's it. We'll see what happens with Orton.
Yeah, we will see. Next we had Dominic Mysterio with his dad Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and what's his name, Murphy?
Murphy.
It
was Buddy Murphy, but now I just think they dropped it and it's just Murphy.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. So this one was kind of a shocker to me. I remember we like kind of looked over at each other a couple of times.
Yeah, this was a good match.
Yeah, it was really good.
The number one shocker for me is no hood for Dominic.
Yes.
He doesn't have that hood getting in the way right now anymore. Yeah. No, that was a good match. I like how they so of course we didn't even really say in the last match, I don't know if we did or didn't, but Keith Lee did beat Randy Orton, you know, like we said, quick match.
Oh, I don't even know if we I don't remember either.
It's been a long day. But anyway, as far as this match goes, I mean, I kind of did like the fact, like the double teaming between Rey Mysterio and Dominic, his son. I don't know.
And they were just like back, like back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, you know, they practiced that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, hey, it paid off because that was bad. It was kind of like popped you up a little bit, you know, kind of a little bit of a high point.
I get that. Yeah.
But so yeah, it was a good match. Dominic and Mysterio picked up the win after Buddy Murphy accidentally kicked Rollins in the face after you know he Rey Mysterio reversed the move.
Rollins was pissed.
They were able to capitalize, and then they had the team where Dominic literally slid through and slid Mysterio outside the ring. He did a sunset flip on Rollins, and then Dominic Mysterio did the 619 and frog splash. So I mean, in the 1, 2, 3. So and he gets I think that was his first win, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I like how they came out to Rey Mysterio's music, and then when he won, since it was his pin, you know, they played Dominic's music.
Yeah, because you even said that too. You were like, oh, Dom, like they're coming out to Rey's music, and I was like, yeah, if I was Dominic, I'd just be like, let's come out to your music.
Whatever.
But then the ending,
it was planned the whole time.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. And then our final match of the evening. So this was what is it called? What was their match called? The no holds barred.
Yeah, like triple threat match.
Yeah, triple threat. Yeah, so it was Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. But Roman Reigns was kind of MIA.
Yeah, we didn't know if he was going to show or not.
Yeah.
Eventually
and then, he did. So.
Yeah, because he did once Braun and the Fiend destroyed everything from the ring to started with the stage side to the ring, actually doing the typical, like I said, when they first pulled it off in WWE between the Big Show and Brock Lesnar, when they had the superplex off the rope and the ring implodes, when the first time they ever did that, when I was watching that as a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever.
You remember?
But then, yeah, and then. But then they replayed it multiple times. I think Braun Strowman's been through it a few times. With Big Show and Mark Henry. They did a Big Show and Mark Henry. It's always like the big guys that, do the implode in the ring. So by now you're like, oh, the ring implode again. It is still a cool sight to see. And it shows, that they destroyed everything. But then, that's when Roman comes in. And
hasn't signed his contract, by the way. Signs it right there before he runs over to the ring.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm kind of torn on this because I kind of like it, but I don't, because I like what did I put? I said I don't like it, but it was good. Roman technically never lost the title, so it only makes sense to give him the title back. But why did the Fiend? He had it for a week.
Yeah.
Why make him lose to Braun Strowman?
Why not?
Why not do a ring implode a week ago? Why not do the ring imploded on SummerSlam and they couldn't finish the match or something, and then have just Roman take the belt off Braun Strowman?
Yeah,
they're doing the same thing they originally did to Bray Wyatt. They just have him lose, it's like after a week, really. Maybe it's gonna start something now between Bray and Roman, but like I said, you could have done that a different way too.
Yeah. And then what's going to happen with Braun Strowman then? He's just going to be there?
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't even really finish that story. They just reopened another one.
Yeah, because at the first, I'm like, okay, I do like this Roman. I feel like this is the Roman they should have pushed the other time. But he's going to fall into the same trap, too, where it's, like, not even his fault.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this might already backfire. he came back with this badass persona that you want to like him for, but when you put him in a position where you're literally going to give the Fiend a title and a week later have Roman win it back, it's like you might have fans that
like why
retaliate on that. Not then there goes your whole other, I guess, backup plan, because they did so many things to try to push Roman, nothing worked. Finally they turned him heel, and like I said, it might already backfired because of the position they set up right here. It's like doesn't make sense. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't like anything about Roman or anything about. The only thing I don't like is why did they give the belt to Fiend? Or why did they give the belt to the Fiend?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If they were going to take it away, I get it.
Yeah. But Roman is doing good. His character's badass. The fact they teamed up with Paul Heyman, I mean, it's just kind of like in a movie or a show, that would be a big twist.
Yeah.
When it's like someone that used to be this guy's, client of this guy's major enemy in Brock Lesnar. Now he's working with him.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I have yet to read the dirt sheets or the comments online to see what people think about this match. But I'm actually kind of I hate reading people's thoughts on wrestling, because sometimes wrestling fans, they're just way too deep into it, like anyone would be in any show, to the point where you're just like you kind of just want to tune out. But I'm actually curious to see other people's thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Overall, I think it was good. Some, like we discussed, slow in some parts, but overall good. Let's see. I feel like we always rate them, so we could do that.
Like the pay-per-view as a whole?
Yeah, the pay-per-view as a whole.
4.
I would maybe give it like a 6.
I give it a 4.
A 4? Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we'll see.
There's something to watch.
The next pay-per-view.
It's September 27th, so we get a good month.
Yeah.
It's going to be Clash of Champions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
We'll see.
4-star pay-per-view, people.
Dang.
Well,
sad.
Like we said, email the CayVin Universe at gmail.com. You can let us know your thoughts on the pay-per-view. We'd love to read them and maybe share them if we can somehow. And peace and love, guys. And Caylin, do you have anything else?
No, I think we're good.
All right, guys. Well, you will hear from us.